abusia mobi bia kwaba edo ba mega TV and platform we eso abusia se Ghana ni bia da ombo mpaye ende Nyankopon ase na onsre enkwatentene eni akumapa emfama president John Dramani Mahama because enkanyo opanyimpa we ya enkoman we ka we living in a rainbow style enkoman we bebia akwakoduru enyo baby kitwa. The state attorney, that is Godfred Mr. Monfanchemi Yura Dominic Eyine, Dr. Dominic Eyine. She said the ene urewe and sema wa proso and sema urewe ediaba bontin efa and sema ediaba bontin efa Ghana enkofo a omo fo omo japade in yebeka say deliberately no omo aheda atukutu kwan omo aheda yire omo chi akwan but ene we are living in a IA world, that is artificial intelligence, that is AI, artificial intelligence world. It will be mean hide not even say usanye abanye juma yini anas was serve in the government before. Yanko na yankoti Mugabe mercy inside politics so and some of their to be efforts we yakoba ebeto so o person de come president ya ni omobogu ye no mama ne ye da mu make it public adjust for nyamisha wate wo do Ghana kwaso kasa sa wa kwa na na do no for fast we ni papa adwuma imperial air transport ni na tevan that point when he was a sports minister no dey asase ne ma papa no odi ho ye ne transport obi ko boko wa eni ade wa gu na dwuma sa go for we enisa power ben wo mu bi never enisa mu hu power mani omama de ko hu power wo journalists ko hu power bi sa you pay bobusefo abusanfo ayi party we omu ya fon papa ti PDS. Yes, I say PDS no. Ya mojeje Ghana for sika 8 months ya mamu akonta anchire no. Ya amanfo mu ya involve no. Omudi ewo ho ye kwachi wo ma. No makwa Gabi mo certain prepare. Sa attorney general na okoye no. Sa 6040 attorney general. Omu nyina prepare be la ni omu nyina up in this country. Movie say ba be dia agro ewo aban we mana. Movie say Japa kwa wa yesu amamu. Agbo oga say on a man for a year or the supposed to me our national security the one from Ghana tete ben man from papa from Ghana and a mama anu de kasa mu anu de kasa NPP for mu anu de kasa and men kasa na mukabi first na mo ye mema wonye me John Mahama Slemino body ni this year he is the one in charge. Very well. Former Director General of National Signal Bureau, Mr. Dubahin, allegedly, no, just say over $2 million. Rare estate 2.7 million. Keka huni na no. Na enei Attorney General, Dominic Ayene Wakasa. Yeti no.
Properties that are in their names, they are joint names, or sometimes in their in their individual names as follows. We have number 2 Stream Park Drive, Mayfair Estates, LA, that is La Accra. For that, they deposited, and we have the deposit slip as well as the receipt from the estate developer, $1 million United States of American dollars. Number 6 Edith Avenue, Mayfair Estates, La Accra. Deposit 500,000 United States of America. That's American dollars. That's the initial deposit. All right. Then we have number 7 Edith Avenue, Mayfair, of American dollars deposited for the property. Number 8 Edith Avenue, Mayfair Estates, La Accra, 97,815 United States of American dollars was deposited for that property. But we are sure that other cash payments were made to complete the purchase and then the transfer of ownership. So we are tracing all those documents. Number 9 Edith Avenue, Mayfair Estate, 270,000 United States of American dollars deposited, initial deposit for the purchase. Number 10, Edith Avenue, Mayfair Estates, Accra, 150,000 United States of American dollars deposited. Now he also owns a company known as Vertex Properties. Vertex Properties, and we trace the proceeds of crime to Vertex Properties also. They have Vertex Properties owns 27 houses located at Oyarifa. Each house costs, an estimated cost of 295,000 United States of American dollars. We also know that they have 2 properties in London that we are tracking, and I'm going to trigger the legal assistance between the United Kingdom and Ghana for us to be able to lay hands on those, properties. Now, we also know we've been following the bank transactions very closely, and we know that on February 11, 2020, they made a 16 million fixed deposit from the payment received from BNC Security. This was from the initial payment of 27,100,000 Ghana cedis. On April 3rd, 2020, Mr. Dubois alone withdrew 7,250,000 Ghana cedis, in cash. He withdrew that in cash. This payment came out of the second transfer of the 21 million from BNC National Security to BNC, his private company. On April 24th, 2020, 1.5 million cash withdrawal was made. On the same day, he made payments to a real estate company to the tune of 1,566,000. So you see the coincidence, of the transactions.
Sir, mahuni pa ba kope. Afanya ba kenzo o meka say. Sir, mahuni pa ba kope. Nti we be wura ni fie. Share on. So my we Yakopon wa mantema enye. And you fortunate say yes John Mahama at this time. O media mekana aya oda take it enya oda mfa ho me sorry mfa me cap ma office me mfa me gihwe ewo ho whether when we are champion one akura forget it we are fenyo markings we are hwan we are gabi I don't care. Yes me je no mudawo atankole ba bi ga won se mama one day pekwa na Ghana for afemi kwaso emenya a day se mama adwuma no so doso. Yes, and the only person I report to is my CEO. If I can't make it, I will just call him and one of the baby CEO, baby actually MNBiano, when he say Juma we na me for the interest of this station and for NDC, John Mahama and the government. Yes, kwa. And yama koso and yama koso papa. And yama koso. Woman via niema me say, woman via niema. Ame amitiminam na just na ka chen say car we are ekui and ya my car. Meow without any police. No ma chase car na cross me say park. Yes. Park. No say nipa no take car no hope che. And I'm afraid ora team no in less than 21 minutes na ora team na yeden addressing ho. Ye kwere car na Land Cruiser V8 fresh one. E kwere ya chances sama no kwa yeden. Uma clear yeden every ho. Afi be car no boot a GV number plate no car number plate e da car no me mugabe me na me che no without any police officer. Me free ora team soldiers mako says and the bar see ho in less than 21 minutes from a Jubilee House. Yes, and I was struggling with them. One man no kwafo so mo the 2 cars and them. Yes, spirit near high wood to me. The dem see ya adwuma tie mu akrofo no dey see chase wo ma ye nkura to kwa e be chase wo mo na ora team no soldiers for ba mo bi sam say mugabe na me akam e dey na hu se car no e ya ban car no say masa say angels na kasa spirit ni ya adwuma ni awu Krono amabo wo mawi. Krono amabo wo mawi. Hwe wa woni am ekoso. And I'm happy say krono mo bo nyina no hwe ba bi to say media ketwa. Ene eye Parks and Gardens abansa ase amanfo afa ho Parks and Gardens amanfo abansa ase on the Kotoku road abansa ase amanfo afa ho munya ready. Yebejini nyina if you ba ko pani patine sesa eye sa high tension why say high tension why the train light co villages any ade ba bia high tension 100 coils mako 80 ya ba ko bo anya bo ketua wo na ya faka na eyi saka a forklift eyi edigu obi free forklift eyi edigu obi free me double straight to the house. And then you go national security warehouse safe house whatever immediately na me call me fair aje Kotoku police no modru ho and now krono na omo ba ye gina krono no so krono na omo ba ye ka ho asem no on the quiet no you people know what we are doing and if say me my campaign Kumasi na mini hosi jina ho na mini Dana Edem jina ho na mini SNC lawyer Zita Besi ejina ho ni ya fire free ho ni ya deba Jokoto if you are Jokoto monkai no mate mate se o pedisi o CMC monkai no takwa so monkai no if you are Jokoto monkai no ni Kumasi no abwa studio utwa na we abwa Dr. Mwako Asante Regional Minister Nana Kwesimo nyamishramo Dr. Samosapo mo nyamishramo no ma Joanna CPC was me ba monya aduane adi yenya aduane mra na misimomi eja bibia boko ye ma me Mrs Norman ma Ophelia yenya Marvin Asante Regional Treasurer sata mani na mani ye bo adwuma ede ma jomama ene wa weni a me metna na me class am never jomama I was me different than the man so cd yes me ko hin hwe hey Samuara nkrani we so minister ni hwe nipa ya boni di say dubu ahin we dey say ti bi mu allegedly wa divert over $7 million into a private account and 39,462 39,462,480 Ghana cedis went to both him and the wife. Yeti Attorney General Dr. Ayene.
February 6, 2020, Mr. Dubois then transferred an initial amount of 27,100,000 Ghana cedis, that is from the National BNC's operations account at Fidelity Bank to the private BNC account at UMB. Official documentation on the transfer revealed that the amount was for the payment of cyber defense system software, which the National BNC was buying from ISC Holdings in Israel. Mr. Dubois, in effect, transferred the money from the National BNC to his private company, the private BNC. A review of the transactions on the bank accounts reveals that once the funds from the National BNC landed in the account of his private BNC at UMB Bank, Mr. Dubois caused his private BNC to transfer an amount of 9,537,520 Ghana cedis to ISC's holdings in Israel. By the exchange rate at the time, this amount was the Ghana cedi equivalent of 1,750,000 United States of American dollars. To justify or facilitate the transfer of the 9.5 million, Mr. Eduwahi fraudulently attached a copy of the Government of Ghana ISC contract as well as an invoice which he held out as an invoice issued by ISC Holdings Limited or in respect of the Government of Ghana ISC contract. On March 18th, 2020 and March 30th, 2020 respectively, he again transferred 21 million Ghana cedis from the National BNC Director's account at Fidelity Bank to the same private BNC account at UMB. The narration of the transaction indicated that it was for the payment of the cyber defense systems that the National BNC was buying. The transfer from the National BNC's account brought the total transfers that he made to his private BNC to 49 million Ghana cedis. In respect of SkyTrain, we can confirm that the 2 million was paid at the request of the chairman of the board of directors of the Ghana Infrastructure Investment Fund, that is GIIF, Prof. Ameya Ikunfi, and then and then the CEO, Mr. Solomon Asamoah, who is currently hiding in Senegal. We tracked him first and noticed that he was in South Africa. So he left Ghana somewhere around February 2nd, the 2nd of February, to South Africa. So we were monitoring him in South Africa, and then he left South Africa and is now in Senegal. When we contacted him, he told us that he will be if he wants to be tried in absentia, that is his choice to make. But we have the prosecutorial authority to, prosecute him in absentia. And of course, the person who acted with him to transfer that money, the Prof. Ameya Ikunfi, is in the country. So if there is going to be delay, we'll start the prosecution with him being a suspect who is being tried in absentia. So on SkyTrain, notice that there was no border for a transaction, and the precedent disbursement had not been met. The other board members and our review of the minutes of the board of directors have confirmed this fact. So we requested for all the minutes of the board of directors within the period that this transaction occurred. And our perusal of the minutes show quite clearly that there was no board approval.
Hey, Kofo ya Kronfo. Skani mo biya nsa. Ye body e bo skani di kwa na wo ye mashew. Wo na de mo kwa mo se skani go my account. Wo mo gi 600,000 pounds a week any adin. Wo mo se skani go my account. Well, say obe twizia no akwo say ene papa na ene ye dubo ahia na ope president ye di. Well, say we nanka ne bawo. Nanka no ne ba no nanka na ne ma me no ko bi di president ade na ko be. Ene dubo ahia di ko be ye bibi abo aga Kufu adu say kwa me president ya. Kade wi Ghana fo bi mo be kasa ene kanana ado de na ko be obi a nye corrupt wo be boa wo man yi. Omo nyina omo che ye premier panyi mo wia wo man no ye se mra ye adwuma de bia me konsanwom akotonto sini jeni ni kodidwa won sanwom marketer me dru ba bia gate na no ho prison for gate na me se mo miye he amafo be kojelo amafo be koje me say jomama na asisi awaba na amafo nim jomama na awaba no but mo shake up all the other system no kwa na say wu here we dey look at the security services that now in so out the parliament wo kasa nya 88 years am my crew hwan minority fu nya kasa nsam kwa na ka tere Ghana fu you see your smoothness level also dey beba eno na ma atene January Dr. Ayene wama eye morning kase pade ama fanyo make say wonyi ne ho odi wura law officers ene won kase wonyi ne ho film Dr. Ayene Attorney General.
The NPP is a unique group of individuals. In 2017, they were arresting, that's what they said. They were arresting former appointees. Okay? So I told you here that policemen came to my house with guns. If that is not okay, sorry, the bail amount is 260 million, not 160. So he just DAG just came to correct me on that. It's 260 million. So they came to my house in July of 2017 with guns. I didn't call a press conference to say that this was a raid. They showed me a warrant that they were conducting investigations into a transaction in respect of which I had written a legal opinion. That is a married deal. And they came to my house, okay, with guns. Can you go back to the internet to check if I said that this was a raid on my house? So how come that a search of the governor's house based upon credible intelligence that we received, and I was the one who applied for the warrants and got them issued by the High Court for the searches to be conducted? Why is that a raid? Are some people now above the law that we cannot conduct a legally sanctioned search, constitutionally sanctioned test, a search in their houses? Maybe they are above the law. Okay, but no one is above the law in this country. We are all subject to the Constitution. And in terms of the Constitution, under Article 18, all right, there are limits to what you can do by saying that you cannot, your house should not be searched. So we obtain warrants, and if the media wants, I can make those warrants available. Okay, so there was no raid on his house, and there was nothing illegal or unconstitutional about what we did. But they are deciding to bastardize me and to bastardize the operatives of the national security by even saying that during the raid, which for me wasn't a raid, it was a constitutionally sanctioned search, they stole 10,000 Ghana cedis. Right? Now, what an insult. Okay? And that is what my Deputy Attorney General was referring to when he said that, the constitutional immunity granted to MPs does not mean that they should abuse that immunity and then, defame individuals or officials who are conducting normal business, normal public business. All right? And ladies and gentlemen of the media, let me tell you, we have a recording of Addison and what he said about the raid. So if Afeyo Makin, the Honorable Minority Leader, is daring me, will make that recording available. So he should desist from maligning law enforcement officers and myself for the work that we are doing.
Yeah, Attorney General. Hey! What? I know one was say. Wasuya wa na edo jita makulo efri. Cause my ben mutia bobiu. Na papa sa de say bi to bia say. The former National Service ASU allegedly otua sika. Ghost names won sem no scandal no according to Attorney General we say some media houses say omon kele story no. I mean omon the 6 billion egu Ghana must go mo de makwa bi anafono kese bi so of amra share ha obeduru ha tese me frame ka just wa amfo sika na nkwa ye beto wo no enye topa mo ga bi obi abraibo na me ameti ye abraibo me kai 6 billion ya me de yedan na dachi makwa bu hu akonta atire nyame never bribe me ni bidda kai na nsema Attorney General Kafa former National Service CEO no yentino.
National Service scandal. 8 suspects have been interrogated, and a good number of them have started singing. They are cooperating with our investment. No, they've started singing literally. Yeah. So we will give you details of their songs at the appropriate time. In view of the fact that Yeah, okay. So, indeed, we now have evidence of payments that were made into the accounts of the top executives of the National Service by vendors, private vendors, and staff of the scheme. We also have evidence that in November 2024, and listen to this carefully, the CEO of the National Service Scheme and others paid a Ghanaian MP to kill the story in the media and to defend them. Now this is a developing story and will come out very soon.
Yeah. Please go minimum and never you money na. It's deeper 8 na my interrogate you already no who must attend to. Hey. I know I'm a new maybe why I tell you when I finish the show I will call you. Oh, you're too much. Was Mamu Papa. Mamu Papa. Oh dear, my mom from see answer.
20 for now, dear, on my way, baby, I keka corny dear, I know Esh Papa, and I was a Ghana, baby, I Druno. Ye den yankopon ase na ye bompaya ye timi bobima John Dramani Mahama eni na busunya eni NDC amanyuko no na omudi oman wi suche because ohwe hawa NPP for we ayo omadwin se ombeden na omudi oman ni befa so a ene enhiranka nyankopon tuturubu nsu tetekafo monyame ono no bo ade bo bibibia wo wiase wi mu wetimi ayi the President of Republic of Ghana John Dramani Mahama edina ba besumye enkentisa enka Kufuado ne dom omiane ne dom Asante bedi etuo ne dom ata achia kinufurata and the other criminals in NPP enkasabre omo ama ohwimbre no atoye enkasabre sebi yepoye ho a yehu yasenimu because oman no omo adi musika chese enchirima se eduru baabi ana Ghana o calculate ka obiadi okrum ha the next generation yenya wo mokra na dika sana oman ye chichiro oman I mean the next generation yenya wo mokra dika enkofo yenya wo mu edika into kwa America akwada koskua omo mani sika se onyina obetimi edi abobra no okọ Canada the same thing okọ Germany European countries ni bebre the same thing sanity Ghana hade yedika ene eto hono emanchirima empanfo aye ne omoti omo adwe edwuma nti ye ba hanom na sometimes ye bekasa people thought say ye Jimmy Sebi people thought say ye di enim die ye ka na mbukasa na ye de ye di oman shawunsa na ye ka tro say ye oman ni ye na dankwa ma timamuni no so ho atono ye di oman shawunsa ye ka tro say die ye wani have only one Ghana. Shout out to One Ghana TV. We have only one Ghana pedeo. It ye do mine shawunsa na why your mind said ya wa ope. MPP for we nefe sema Honorable Sarah Adwasafo eka. You see bedu baby ma me beka se wo free party ni mo. Odi ni o hanu ye hwe because intimidation bi o mo sha se o mo planning how they are going to skew her on person o kana no tum no ebedu baby ma me no ebefunu no. On said na no omuko ni fie party mpanyimfo ko gina honom se o mo dock na mo mani mpi adan adwene ye adwuma o mani mpi for what? Does she not has freedom to move when ena obi sha say opie aban bi ko petitioner official bi sha say opia musi yakọ yemani nko radio interview Ghana di chimisa sebi yemani nko radio interview yemani nko TV interview because okwa obe expose and ye mo ya de papa isi den na mo prevent no se mo ya de papa epafosi utim fufu a etiamo egun munim se mo yade papa munim se mo twasa papa bi to honom munim se mo niema mo yeye no it was in line with the government and I say it was in line with the law. Why then preventing her? Why then preventing her? Why were you want to put embargo on her movement? Because you feel like and same be wo nyame anya adom na se na no kubie na obamu a party be go. Hey, party be nya go. NPP party go a enye hwe. We na akwa bi ko kan bi say has be relegation there enka abonofo we so ateman ko relegation abrantie ne oda for me a sebi yakopon wewu kwai ba shiranka yakopon say ye de betena se ne yaka no kore some people say omompo man we ya the party be gu na Ghana tiase party be gu na Ghana tiase se we se mompe Ghana ye na de bia no wo pese mo di oman ne ye bu business mo pese mo di oman no eye de mo ankasa mo pa party no and it be good because Ghanaians are not ready to be what? Poor. Adena Ghana, ye wo bibia ukurum ha. Na still na ye po yasin a yenhu ye ho ano. Ye po ye ho yenhu yasin ye po chese yenhu ye ho ano ukurum ha no. Adena party ni wo bibia, oman ni wo bibia. Bibisa. Adena Ghana ye wo bibia na ye ho kire. Adena ye wo bibia na ye ho eden eda so kire. Abusiafo asem we mu odru na wo se eden yenya ho asem ka. Asem na eden emu odru because obi hu bia wonti ase se din ene ekoso ewo Ghana yetimi de mamu ehye obi nsa na 8 years ni nyina no ade ba akopa nipa no obeka kire so obeyeye eye free SHS na free SHS ni mu kura no sebie buru sebie nyaado free SHS ni mu kura sebie buru sebie nyaado problem ewo ho enti abasa na adien ena wo ka kire o manfo abusiafo Ghana ni nyobi adia yebekoso aka no kore because oman no enyobi adia yebekoso aka no se de sitie yebekoso ayeden akasa because oman we essay na pro na pansama eboyi na etiso okonfuboni si osi krobebo no sebi onu nso yeden etimu bi enti de bia meka se NDC so mo person mo really Ghana for so many years they better what serve Ghanaians well omo say uhu se oyonkwa bogi se ehia menko gine ba bi ensun no ensere o namum pe ensuo bi na fasiw de ho se be ya ne de ni chiwia emba oso ene yenye NPP for NDC for you better do your job well. And I've been signing a warning to MDC every day. The man she mo dear the Ghana for bufumu biwa and we are mobile wo kurum ha be time because John Mahama na sebi nenim our charismatic leadership anko for pen asem omutimi di ne din bonwom na enkofa fall for it no matter about ediamo party no ene the next election nenim say enda so bi there is going to be a different candidate, a different presidential flag bearer or a candidate or a flag bearer, different flag bearer. And you know, the man to two many ye na mwintimi ama say ni pana obo say ya onabu Julius Debro say ya mami Jeno so ya si don katio say ya kwabna dufu so ya hwane o wantoto mu nneɛma yie na sɛ nipa no ebedi party n'anim wie a adeɛ ɛwɔ mu ne sɛ ɔbɛsɔfa humiliating defeat because ne ho koraa bɛsena yɛ amanfoɔ no abufu sɛ what is the relevant of you coming because o party abɛdi so 4 years yɛnhu hwee enti wo koraa wosua ba abɛyɛ den sɛdeɛ Bawumia ɔyɛ yɛ a ɛnɛ wɔka n'ano atom no enti NDC foɔ ma mo nkasa bebree ma nkɔyɛ sɛ mo explain nneɛma bebree ma mo nkɔyɛ sɛ explain without taking action. King Furata must be jailed. Attorney General, prepare how your business is, but put actions to that. Put actions to that. King Furata, Asanti Bedia tu, Gabia Sorchiri Dako, Paul Adumochiri, King Ata Achia, and the other big NPP Sakwe and CIA. Those big ways must be investigated. Yede yankasi njili omo. Na mum yɛhwehwɛ ɔmo nsɛm mu. Yɛhwehwɛ hu sɛ nkɔfoɔ wei ɔmo source of income no, is it authenticated anaasɛ is it genuine? Is it genuine? What you say? Inti yɛsrɛ mo ada. Party no, yɛpɛ party n'asɛm. Maka kyerɛ wo, we love Ghana. We love Ghana. Yɛntɛn obi a okurom ha. NPP nipa ɔwɔ mu no, ɔmo yɛ Ghanafoɔ. NDC nipa ɔmo wɔ mu no, ɔmo yɛ Ghanafoɔ. Inti yɛn nyinaa na yɛfɔ me. But ɛkɔba sɛ yɛde tumi hyɛ wo nsa na wo yere firi sɛ woyɛ Ghanani na wo nua Ghanani na wosom no. Inti wode timɔden, wode pɛsɛmenkumenya, wode adwembɔne ɛbɛbu ɔman na some of us will become and blast you and we put you where you belong to. Yɛde wobɛto baabi a wɔsɛ wo da. Inti ɛba ne saa na ɛmu obi ambele meɛ. Inti de biara meka. NDC, do your assignment well. Some NPP for to say your money adagea or they criticize them because there is a fire in the party right now. I say NDC NPP for are coming down. Almost solve internal issues. So they are seriously working on it. On the communication, because they are bleeding internally. The party is collapsing internally. There is a hose in the party. Omo try say they will mend it. Omo try say they will fill it with unity, peace, and tranquility. But enkofo bi ne say oboa. Mo ye den mo waye betare. Na ya dwembone omo de tina ban mu. Mo di musika wi aka mo so hwe. Wo kodi musika wi a akire wi be ka kire say yem build consensus. Na party ni nkofa tumi biwa. Mega menye. I will tell you, menye. Enti bi na Sarah Josepho and then the buofua, although Omon Jessica Janbo, Phyllis said the party betrayed him, rather. She feels like the party betrayed her in times of difficulties because when himself was several party the pen, a brand party in here most. Enti a brand on party no here most, the party betrayed her. That is why ene odi pains, odi yaudi, odi sebi adwimbi kasa no. Anka de oyo betumi agya because of Dr. Muhammad Bawumia opese odi ne banti, but we decide say asem ne ye ne ya and obeka ama wiase na ate. People for ni pampone for. Inti NDC mun take that opportunity we na mun fama Ghana for njimundi. And I nya me chirawutum mama Israel onjum the way NDC for munyamajuma ye mama Ghana for enjimunie ama nyamajuma ye a edu hono na ye na ibe company ti amaka je se me NDC ni for now but enye permanent yes enye permanent NDC member. But the issue here is mukoswa ye mujuma ye a ibeta machi. Some of us You better much a bribia and we will speak for you. But the drew say Muya Madrin say there was a Muya Munye, Namun and Kona. You will be a baby, your betting one free more. You will be a betting one free more. And we will make sure we will criticize you constructively. Said the Etienne a becacho, and yes, Remo. Patino, ye do be a ukuma, gun and you be a gun and CPP gum, a fiaco, a queer don't call one mammy don't call. We are all one people. We love Ghana. We want Ghana to progress so that we will all feel comfortable in this country and live serene environment. But ye the 2 minutes now quiesce with your 2 minutes would be Sisunia, 2 minutes would your own father because war. Yeah, you will be a baby blaster. And we will tell you how to do your work. So see when you know when you be catch or say you would my ye. The Attorney General Munjaka Satinteno, now my chassis and put things on track. Then you say when you are biddy. Kinofrate should have reported now. And Kabino Krumha, I yet to turn out. Obianka woman list so a Kabino Nipako, Krumha ye the yet to turn out. And Kasami are filing and go decourt at Chinchi, I ain't see Beji near Jenny, Mrs. Kanye Beji fin Huayaji, a Japadibin a Beji Yaji, and Yakasatin team, and Rekwan echo. And Kuponshira Haname Yanabon authentic platform, Gusua S7, the best of news. Vidiana Mega, Mema Michiba for United States, New York, and all. Mammy Akuponshira, Mammy Roy be with UK, and Ubibia, Ushimega TV, Yankupon Coswell Show. Bye bye.